Hey, Carly, are you there? Don't tell me that you're still feeling sick.
Hi, Jack. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I really just don't feel well at all. So, I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to make you any breakfast this morning.
I really can't believe you sometimes. I don't care if you're puking. I don't get what that would prevent you from doing any housework.
Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean. It's not like I haven't been doing any work. I'm just pregnant, and I really don't feel good at all.
That's fine, but it's not like being pregnant means that you're sick or something.
No, it doesn't. But it messes with your body a lot, and can make you feel really lousy.
Well, it's still not like a disease or anything. If it was really that bad, then no one would ever do it. But people have been getting pregnant long before medicine was even invented. So it really can't be as bad as you're saying.
Jack, you really have no idea how I feel. Even just the slightest smell can set me off. And yes, I know that being pregnant is different than being sick, but I really don't think my body can tell the difference right now.
Well, there's a woman in my office named Linda, and she's pregnant and still shows up to work every single day.
But that isn't fair to compare me to someone else. Pregnancy affects everyone differently.
Well, if it's really that bad, then why don't you just go see a doctor and get some medicine?
I really don't think that I should be taking medicine in my condition.
Why do you always have to make such a big deal over everything like this? I don't think I've ever seen another pregnant person complain as much about being pregnant as you have.
Well, I am sure that there are others in the world whose pregnancies make them feel awful as I do. I mean, I even found some similar stories to mine when I was searching up my symptoms online. Besides, just how many pregnant women have you ever really known in your life, Jack?
Look, I'm just saying that when I see a pregnant woman walking around or whatever, I just know that I could do that if it were me. Just like walking around with a big backpack on your chest, basically.
Are you sure you're not getting all of this from just watching your coworker Linda? Because I'm sure that if you asked her, she would tell you that it's a lot more difficult than that.
I don't know about that. I mean, if it really were that bad, then she wouldn't be able to hide how much discomfort she was at work. I really think that you're just trying to take advantage of being pregnant. You always use it as an excuse to sleep in late and not get out of bed.
I'm not trying to sleep in or anything like that on purpose.
Look, I'm just saying I'd really like it if you tried to at least motivate yourself a bit more to do things. The least you could do is try to take better care of the house.
But I do work. I work really hard every day around the house. It's just that there are times when it gets to be too hard for me to keep working, and I need to rest.
Yeah. Well, could you at least try to complain about it a little less when you're around me? Just can't stand all the whining and complaining, but it drives me crazy.
Well, I'm really sorry to have been bothering you, Jack.
Great, then I guess I can count on you to have dinner ready for me when I get back home tonight, right? We don't need to be going to the store and wasting any money.
But we don't have any kind of meat that I could use for that in the house.
Okay, fine, then go to the store and get that at least. You're lucky you still have some time before the evening. This dinner better be good.
Jack, it really isn't a matter of giving it time before I feel better. It's just going to be like this until I give birth.
I told you that I want to eat something fried dinner, and I want you to make it. No more arguing, got it? Hey, Carly, make sure the house is absolutely spotless before I get home, okay? You've been really slacking on keeping up with your housework lately.
Jack, I really don't think that I'm going to be able to do that today. I feel so woozy that I can't even stand up. I think I'm just going to have to take a rest today.
You kidding me? Just how late are you going to be sleeping? Do you think that you can just lounge around and not have to worry about doing any kind of work ever? It feels like you hardly do anything while I'm away at work. Why am I having to come back to do dirty rooms, dirty laundry, and dirty dishes? Don't you have any pride as someone who lives here at all?
Jack, I really am sorry, but if it bothers you that much, then maybe you could help me to keep the house a little tidier. I promise that I'll have dinner ready for you, but anything more than that sounds like so much right now.
So, not only do I have to go to work and make all the money, but now you're gonna make me clean the house too? No, taking care of that kind of stuff is your job, not mine.
And I promise that I'll get back to doing all of that as soon as I feel better. But I just really don't think I'm going to be able to do that right now.
I can't believe you. You really are pathetic, you know that? All you ever do is make up excuses so that you can laze around the house. It really just makes me sick. Even just looking at you upsets me.
You know that I'm not doing this because I'm lazy. I'm doing this because I feel awful. I know for a fact that I've already talked to you about what it's like to be pregnant. I thought that as my husband, you would be a little more eager to support me through this.
So now you're gonna try and spin this back on me. I'm the one who's most bothered by this. I mean, if a wife can't even do the bare minimum, then what good is she at all? Unless you thought that you could get away with being a lazy, good-for-nothing housewife by getting pregnant.
How can you say that?
Well, it's hard to see this as anything else, the way you're complaining. I mean, I thought that morning sickness was only supposed to happen at the start of a pregnancy, but you're still always complaining about feeling ill. How do I know you're not pretending to be sick?
Of course I'm not doing anything like that. What are you talking about?
I think you're just pretending so that I'll feel bad for you. It's honestly just pathetic.
You can't really think that I'm doing something like that, right?
What I think is that when I get home, the whole place better be spotless and dinner better be on the table. I don't want to hear any more excuses or I'm sorry. Just get it done. Now, I have to think about some things, so don't bother me.
What kind of things do you have to think about?
I have to think about if I can really stand living with you for much longer. To be honest, I don't really feel like being with a woman who can't take care of herself. You either need to earn your keep or we're through. You have no idea how badly I wanted to throw you out the house at times. I've seen it left the same way it was when I went to work that morning. Carly, I thought you were feeling bad. Why aren't you at home? And why is the house still a mess? Why has nothing been done at all since I left? I knew that you were lying about your pregnancy making you feel bad.
If you're asking about Carly, I'm afraid that she's in the hospital.
What? The hospital?
That's right. She was having some worry about her pregnancy and called me so that I could take her to the hospital. Now my dad and I are on our way to beat you up, so brace yourself.
Wait, what the heck? Just who am I talking to right now, huh?
This would be your mother, Jack.
Mom? Is it my room? I don't get it. What's going on here?
That's right, Jack, your mom. And I'm the one who wants to know what's going on. By the time we got to your house, Carly was collapsed on the floor and could hardly move.
I didn't know that. She never told me that happened.
Well, you told her to leave you alone, didn't you?
Well, sure, but if she was going to the hospital, then obviously I'd want to know about that.
You do realize that you're the one who pushed your wife into this state, right? She told me all about how you've been treating her at home and the things you've been messaging her. It's all your fault that she's in the hospital.
But I didn't even do anything to her. That's not fair.
You didn't do anything to her, because from what I can tell, she complained to you several times about feeling ill, and yet you continue to insist that she take care of the house.
But I just thought she was over-exaggerating things, is all.
And that's why you forced your pregnant wife to work around the house all the time. Is that the best excuse you can come up with?
But the pregnant lady at my work still shows up to do her job.
Well, pregnancy affects different people in different ways, Jack. Besides, just because it looked like she's able to work like everyone else, doesn't mean that you know how she's feeling internally.
But she's still able to keep her composure in front of everyone.
That's because she's in an office where she is paid to be professional. but you were just trying to make your wife do all of this as if it was a matter of course. Is Carly your wife or your employee?
Of course she's not my employee, Mom.
Well, I sure couldn't tell that just from looking. Instead, all you did was get upset when Carly would tell you that she wasn't feeling well. Your wife is open about how she's feeling with you, and you just take it to mean she's complaining.
Well, that's because I go to work every single day. I'm busy and tired and feel bad all the time.
Of course you do. Nobody likes going to work. But just whose child do you think it is that Carly is pregnant with, huh? You realize that that's your kid inside of her that she's taking care of, right?
I know that, Mom. I always want to put it in there. I know how babies work.
You clearly don't know anything. If you really did, you wouldn't have been acting like this. Did you know that Carly has been losing weight? The doctors think it's really negatively impacting the pregnancy.
But she's just losing weight from the morning sickness, right?
You do realize that most women struggle to keep weight off during a pregnancy, right? Although Carly was vomiting so much, the doctors found she was severely dehydrated. In a worst-case scenario, this could have really affected the fetus.
Wait, really? I didn't know any of that.
Well, you put not only your wife, but your unborn child in serious danger. I don't think that I can ever forgive you for what you've done, and your father feels the same way. That's why we're headed over to your house right now. We are going to beat you black and blue.
Wait, you can't! I'll go and see Kai in the hospital right now!
She said that she doesn't want you coming anywhere near her. And we intend to make sure she has her wish come true. You are not going to even pass a message along to her. You're just going to have to live with what you've done.
Hey, Carly. I just wanted to let you know that I'm off work. I was wondering if I could visit you in the hospital on the way home. I haven't seen you in so long.
That is going to be a no. I don't want to see you right now, Jack.
I know, my mom and dad came over and really laid into me. But now I finally understand how hard it is to be pregnant. My mom told me all about how horrible it was for her while she was pregnant with me.
Well, I'm glad that you learned something from all of this.
That's right, I really did. And I promise that I'm going to treat you much better from here on out. By the way, do you know when you're going to be getting out of the hospital? I'll take care of all the housework, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
I'm afraid that I won't be coming home to you ever again.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sure that your mom told you, right? I want to get a divorce.
Well, she told me that, but you only said that in the passion of the moment, right? You were just upset having to go to the hospital, and that's why you said that, right?
No, I meant what I said when I said it, and I still do.
But it's already been a week! Surely you've forgotten me by now?
And why do you think I would've? I've been pregnant for months, and you haven't shown a shed of sympathy for me. I really just can't see myself living with you any longer.
But I'm telling you that I've changed. And I'm so sorry for all the horrible things that I said before. I was just being a stupid man who didn't know what he was talking about.
It's not just about the pregnancy. It's the fact that I felt like I could go to you with these issues and instead you just used them against me. I even tried explaining to you just how hard it was to be pregnant, but you weren't having a word of it.
I know, Carly, and I really am sorry about that. I should have been more understanding. You're literally about to bring a life into the world, and that's no small feat, and I realize that now.
Well, I'm glad you do, but it's far too late to change my mind about this now. You've already done too much to hurt me.
Please don't be like that, Carly. I thought that we were gonna raise this kid together. You're not gonna try and do it on your own, are you?
I've already thought about that before I thought to divorce you. It won't be easy, but I'm ready to raise this child on my own.
But what about me? I'm still that baby's father.
I don't need my baby to have a father if he's only going to cause trouble. Besides, I've already talked to my work and explained to them that I'd like to come back after I have this child. They wanted me back so badly that they agreed to give me a raise that should cover the expenses for the both of us.
Please, Carly, you have to believe that I've changed. I really only want to be there for you and our baby from now on. Please don't leave me like this.
I thought you told me that if I didn't do my fair share of the work, that you would have no problem kicking me to the curb, remember?
I know I said that, but I didn't really mean it.
So then you were just saying it to threaten me into doing what you wanted?
It's not like that either!
I'm so sure that it's not. All you did was belittle my complaints and make me feel like a baby. Not to mention the fact that you still made me do all of this work while I was pregnant. Do you really think that I could raise a kid with someone who thinks like that? I can't see you ever having the patience to be a good father to our child.
Don't say things like that, Carly.
If you think things are hard now, wait until our baby is born. We'd be losing sleep, having to take it to the doctor all the time, and I just can't really see myself counting on you for anything.
But I promise I've changed. I'll be there for you and the baby from here on out. Won't you believe me? I really have changed.
Maybe you really have changed, and you are a different person now. But that doesn't change the fact of what I went through while being with you, and I still carry those scars and the hurt inside of me. I don't owe you a second chance after how you treated me.
Please, Carly, I'm so sorry for everything.
Apologize all you want, I'm still not going to forgive you. In fact, once I leave the hospital, I'm going to hire a lawyer to help with the divorce.
Please don't do this, Carly. I really do want this kid with you. I promise to raise it right. You can't just leave me like this.
I'm not walking away from you, Jack. You've only now realized how far you've pushed me away, and it's too late to undo that now. You could have been there when I needed you most, and you weren't.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to do without you.
After I left the hospital, I stayed true to my word and found a good divorce lawyer who helped with the whole process. Jack was kicking and screaming the whole time, but with the help of his parents, he finally came around and signed the divorce papers. To be honest, I was rather surprised at how strong Jack's reaction to me divorcing him was. I really didn't think that he even loved me all that much by the time I was hospitalized. I didn't expect him to fight the divorce so much. I even heard he was so upset that he had to take a break from working. Meanwhile, I began to feel much better now that I was out of such a stressful environment, and even managed to go back to work for a few months before I gave birth. Now, I'm taking maternity leave and receiving child support checks from Jack. I still keep in touch with his parents, but I told them that I don't want to hear any news about how Jack is doing at all, and they respect that. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Jen! I've got something to tell you! I finally decided to get married! Really? You're getting married, Gabby? Why are you reacting like that? Your little sister just told you she's getting married. Shouldn't you be saying congratulations? Of course! Congratulations! I'm happy for you. But wasn't there something you always said since you were really little? That you wanted to be like those girls on TV? You know, the supermodel type girls. You wanted to sleep with many men and live that kind of lifestyle. That you never wanted to get married. I specifically remember you saying you never wanted to settle down. That's old news. I've given up on all of that. Every day so many men are hitting on me all the time. To be honest, it's getting a little boring. I'm going on so many dates and getting so many presents. Being hot is so exhausting. That's why I've chosen to put an end to it all and get married. Oh, is that it? Sorry. You wouldn't know how I feel at all, would you? Your plain face has never been popular with men. Your personality isn't much better either. You're pretty much the equivalent to a human slice of bread. I actually can't believe someone actually married you. Yeah, right. I don't understand the struggles of being hot. But regardless, I'm amazed that you're getting married, Gabby. What's your fiancé like? Oh, I thought you'd ask me that. I think you'll be surprised when you hear. I mean, as your sister, I'm naturally interested in who you're marrying. Of course I'm going to ask. Is he a friend of mine? Is that why I'm going to be surprised? But I don't really have many male friends. Jen, you don't have many friends at all, let alone good-looking ones that I'd let marry me. You're ugly and not really cool. You've got no friends. It's really a tragic life. Yes, enough making fun of me. Just answer my question already. I want to know who in the world is marrying you, Gabby. I'm marrying your husband! What are you talking about? I said I'm marrying your husband. I'm marrying Ted. I don't understand. Well, are you surprised? It's more than surprise. What's going on? Why would Ted be marrying you, Gabby? He's my husband? He's your husband, but once you get divorced, he can marry me right away. It won't matter at all that he was your husband. All right, what's going on? Explain yourself. You couldn't possibly be. Did you have an affair with my husband? Well, what do you think? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Anyways, will you just sign the divorce papers soon? I mean, I couldn't forgive you for getting married before me, sis. I mean, how could someone that ugly get to wear a wedding dress before me? And you married a doctor. It's unbelievable. It doesn't suit you. You should be a wretched, lonely mess, sis. I really can't believe what I'm hearing. This is a joke, right? So you decided to steal Ted from me? What sort of garbage reason is that for stealing your sister's husband? Yeah, that's right. What's your problem? He wasn't happy, so what's wrong with breaking you up? What's wrong with you? I was so pissed off to see my ugly sister getting married to a doctor. I've been with like 100 guys, and none of them were as good as Ted. But you married the man you were dating in college. And he was a doctor on top of everything. You talked about him so much. Of course I'd want to tear your relationship to shreds. What's wrong with me being happy? This is psychotic. What did I ever do to you? Seriously? Just seeing your hideous face happy is more than enough trouble for me. Wow, that's horrible. Only beautiful people like me should be allowed to be happy and smile. Hideous monstrosities such as yourself should just continue through life comfortable in their wretched existence. Gabby, do you realize how terrible what you're doing is? Besides, Ted is already head over heels for me. All I had to do was come on to him a little. He just immediately took me out for dinner. It was actually way easier than I thought. He told me that I'm so much more beautiful than you. He's madly in love with me. When I asked him if he'd like to be with me instead, he immediately said yes. Ted did that? Of course! Ted is also happy that I'm marrying Ted. He thought Ted and I would make a better couple since you started dating him. He said if it makes me happy, then it's okay. Of course, everybody just loves me way too much. As much as I hate to admit it, I believe that he'd say that to you. This is classic. Everyone taking your side and completely abandoning me. I guess there's nothing you can do, huh? If one sister is beautiful and the other one is ugly, the beautiful one will get all of the attention, huh? Yep, our parents have been like that since we were little. Yeah, I guess after you got married, he built a new house for our parents to live with you. I guess it doesn't matter so long as one of us is his husband. So that's why Ted chose you as a wife. Bingo! You're ugly, but at least you're not stupid. Well, good luck with the divorce! Hey, Ted. I've already filled out the divorce papers. Just sign your parts and bring them to the courthouse. You've already done it? Yeah, I did. There didn't seem to be any other path forward. I'll get my things together shortly. But can I stay here a while longer? I've got to rent a place now. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. I prepared some arrangements for you. You did? You're really well prepared, huh? You wanted me gone that quickly, huh? Hey, that's not fair. Weren't you the one who wanted this? I didn't want this at all. I'll send you the address to your apartment later. Once things have settled down, I'll come by. So, will you just stay there a little while? Hold on. What do you mean? You'll come by? Why would you come to see me after getting a divorce? Huh? Isn't it obvious? Obvious? It seems you're a bit out of the loop. Let's back up a bit. Could it be that you don't know what's going on, Jen? I really don't understand what's going on now. You're divorcing me and you're going to remarry Gabby, right? That's what Gabby told me. My parents agreed that you and Gabby should get married. So the four of you are going to live in this house while I have to leave, right? Wait, just hold on. Pump the brakes. Huh? I'm sending you the apartment address now. Once you've signed the divorce papers and gathered your things, can you go there? I'll clear everything up later when I can get over there. Clear everything up? Look, just head over there. You just need to believe in me. I'll meet you there. Hello! Sis, how does it feel now? Did you talk to Ted about the divorce? Yes, we did. We had quite the discussion about the divorce. I filled out the divorce papers quickly, so they're all signed. You did it! Thanks a million! My baby Ted is a savage! I didn't expect him to be so demanding to get you to sign the papers. There's nothing that can be done, though. Anybody'd want to get their hands on such a beautiful wife as soon as possible. Why, of course. You are so different from me. You're just such a beauty. You've received all of our parents' love. No boy could ever leave you alone either. Guess that's how life goes. It's a lottery, and luckily I won the jackpot. That's why your husband's already mine. I thought you'd get it once you talked to Ted. But there isn't a single person who needs you, sis. If you understand that now, quickly take the divorce papers down to the courthouse and disappear from everybody's life forever. You don't need to tell me that. They've already been brought to the courthouse. Bye-bye, Uggo. Have a nice life. I'll live happily ever after with Ted, Dad, and Mom. Yeah, I hope you have a good life as well. I woke up this morning and all of his things were gone. Oh, yeah? Why'd you react like that? We were supposed to bring our marriage forms to the courthouse today. Don't tell me you kidnapped him. Kidnapped him? Why would I do that? It's so weird that he just up and vanished. Jen, you kidnapped him, didn't you? How could you even come up with something so ridiculous? Gabby, just calm down a little. What? How could I be calm right now? You didn't want me to take your husband from you, so you abducted him. You were so hurt that he was taken from you that you kidnapped him. I can't believe it. Don't do something so stupid. Return the doctor to me. How could you suggest that I kidnapped him? Ted is with me now of his own accord. I knew it. You kidnapped him and you're lying. I'm calling the cops. First of all, I'm 5'5". There's no way I could kidnap a grown man, so give that story up. Anyways, we're out to resubmit our marriage license. We're quite busy, so talk to you later. What? Hold on. What is this sudden development? You better mean you're submitting our marriage license, not yours. Ted is marrying me. I already told you. Why would you two be submitting documents to get married when you just got divorced?
The whole thing has been a symbolic gesture.
What are you talking about?
Why would I marry you? The only wife for me is Jen.
Wait a second. Who is this? Is this Ted?
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't kidnapped or taken away. I ran away of my own accord with Jen. We won't be returning back to that house. I have no intentions of meeting with you or your parents.
Why not? We need to get married.
I always thought you guys were odd. You all just terrorized your poor sister. Your parents overlooked all of your selfish actions. As Jen's husband, it was difficult to see how you behaved towards her every day.
What do you mean, difficult? It's always been like that. It's no big deal. It's natural to torment ugly folks. Only beautiful people deserve kindness. It's normal to treat hideous wrecks like trash.
How could you think something like that about your own sister? I hoped I could improve Jen's position, even just a little. That's why I moved in with you and your parents. That's why I helped remodel the property. But your parents never changed. And then you tried to steal me away from your sister. God, it makes me sick. So that's when I decided to do this. I get us both to slip away from that house together.
Seriously?
I didn't care what I had to do. I just pretended to be seduced by your charms. Nobody would ever want to marry you.
Hold on. Then you really never intended to marry me? You said you were going to make me your wife, though.
Sorry, Gabby.
I was always his. I'm always going to be his. Nice try, though. OMG! What have you done to me? Don't butt in out of nowhere, you hideous wretch. Don't start getting all cocky, you disgusting freak. Just because you finally found one person who can actually stand being around you. I'm not really being cocky. But it doesn't really matter. We've already left. We never intend to come back. We tentatively divorced for the sake of the ruse, but we're just going to get remarried. Let Mom and Dad know. Whatever. You'll be back sooner or later. I was never serious about taking your husband from you anyway. I'm more than satisfied with just getting the house. Now I get the new house and my ugly sister gets taken far away from me. Thanks so much! Could you let Ted know that he did a wonderful job of taking out the trash? What are you saying? You know that the house has to be paid off still, and that the loans are in our family's name, right? Oh, I guess maybe I should say your family's name. What are you talking about? Yeah, when the house was being rebuilt, Dad insisted that the house stayed in his name. He was just like, the house is mine, you'll just pay for it. I guess he's the real cocky one. Isn't that too bad? You can't be serious. Is that true? The whole loan is in Dad's name. All Ted was doing was giving Dad money, so that he could pay off the loan in his own name. Ted thought that would make Dad stop mocking me all the time. But it never did. He's regretted the situation every day since. Wait. If the person who has been paying all the bills is gone now... OMG, does that mean we're going to have to pay for it all ourselves? We're going to have to pay off the entire mortgage? I'm sure if you all work together, you can do it. Dad can't get away with not paying it back. I guess you'll be able to find somebody who can pay off the mortgage quickly. I mean, you're just so beautiful, right, Gabby? There's no way I could find a person who would do that. Stop screwing with me. I'm not screwing with you. Well, I guess the three of you are just going to have to work really hard. If the three of you work together, you should be able to do it. I can't work hard, though. Don't you know, sis? Dad quit his job. What? He was like, my son-in-law is a doctor, so I can retire. He's already handed in his resignation. We definitely can't pay off a mortgage now. Besides, Mom's always been a housewife. I want to party a bunch, so I only work 3 days a week.
The three of you are really going to have to work hard, huh?
We won't be able to do it even if we work hard. Hey, you don't need to come home, but can you just pay off the mortgage? We remodeled the house just because we thought that Ted would be paying for it. Ted's going to be mad that he broke his promise.
But Ted didn't sign a contract or anything. He has no obligation to pay for any of it.
What? Do you really think you guys can get away with this?
If you thought that Ted was going to pay it this whole time, you probably shouldn't have behaved in a manner that made him feel like he needed to get the heck out of there.
What? Do you mean we should have kissed up to you two all the time? Why did we have to fawn after such a hideous creature and its husband?
I didn't need you to fawn over us. I never asked for that. But if you intend to live off of another's work, isn't it normal to at least expect a person like that to be nice to you?
Shut up! I've heard enough of this. Just leave the money and go. You can go, so just send us the money. Just enough to pay off the mortgage.
That's going to fall on Dad. It is his name on the contract, after all.
Have a nice life.
That's what we're going to do. After that, we left that horrible house and never looked back. We stayed in an apartment for the time being, but recently put a down payment on a house. It seems that my family couldn't pay their mortgage. Not very surprising, though, since they banked on Ted paying for all of it. So in the end, they had to let go of their newly remodeled house. After that, my jobless parents pressured my sister into getting the three of them a cheap apartment somewhere. That seems to be where they're living now. But every day my parents are badgering my sister to hurry up and marry into a rich family so they can get out of this awful situation. And whenever she does find a decent guy, my parents just bombard her with questions about his salary and if he'll let them all move in with her. It seems the relationship tends to sour after that.